Good afternoon, good evening, and thank y'all so much for stopping by again to the live stream. Shout out to the NTZ crew. There's Jacob, Sanjay. I know Michael Beats Your Life will be on here. All my members, there's W Secrets to Success. What's up? Angelo, Habib, Trouble T. Thank y'all so much for your continued support. All my old heads. Well, that's Jeffrey Tatter. All my old heads, Doubtful Genius. Any new viewers? Looks like we got a new viewer here. Welcome. Anybody catching this on replay, this is your live stream, guys. I mean that. Whatever you want to talk about, see, he's asking a question here. Just put it over here, and if I can get it. I don't go line for line like a lot of these people on live stream. It's boring. They have no conversation, so they just go line by line by line. I don't do that, guys. I'm sorry. But I do try to get as many as I possibly can. Today is, you don't have to be cheap to have a good time in the Philippines, basically. Don't cheat yourself over here. It's going to go in line with the video I did today. You can live a good life over here without being cheap. The peso is 58.73. You know, when you talk about paying less for something doesn't mean being cheap. Being cheap is not want to go anywhere because you're worried about the cost. Everything's expensive to you. You're trying to save and pinch every damn peso and penny. That's being cheap, a cheapskate. Okay, nobody likes that. Nobody likes to hang around with somebody like that. He says, with such a big cost of living savings in the Philippines compared to the U.S., how would a budget of around $2,500 do? Well, this is a question we get all the time, Bill, and it's really a question no one can answer. Only you can answer that when you get over here. I will say this. The Philippine Statistic Authority says that if you earn $3,808 US per month, you're considered rich in the Philippines. So 2,500 would put you in the upper class of society over here. But it's too many dynamics involved. Where are you going to live over here? Who are you going to live with? How many people you support? What are your bad habits? What are your hobbies? Okay? But all things being equal, yeah, you should be able to live a decent life over here. There's people doing it on less. What's up, Johnny S? Are you on the plane? I know you said you were headed this way, but I don't know if it's the 11th in Philippine time or the 11th U.S. time. What time is it, Travels? What's up? But yeah, I just want to go over some stuff about some smart money. There's some things you can do over here just by the sake of them costing less. It's a good way to spend your money. The first thing I got on here is private schools for your children or her children. I mean, it's your choice. Okay, you can be cheap and send them to public schools, but now you got 60, 70 children in a classroom, whereas the private school's 20, 25. It's a whole lot better. What's up, Sproul and Edwards? I know you're on your way to the province pretty soon. Let us know what you experienced, man. Hey, Alan. He said, I got to put some of those questions in the parking lot. Yeah, nothing is free. But Cornelius Mack, he's a friend of mine over here. He made a great point. He said, you know, people always approaching him about investing in this, investing in that. He said, look, I'm 70 plus years old. This is the spending stage in my life. I'm going to spend some of the money I worked all those years for. Can anybody relate to that? Is he wrong to do that? Why are we holding on to the money at this stage of our life? I don't get it. Yeah, like a tent on the family line. I mean, it's really ridiculous. Don't be him. You know, the blogger I was telling y'all about, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, I don't want an $80 a month apartment. It's surely nothing to brag about in the Philippines, guys, okay? It was one thing to see that stuff on the YouTube. It's another to see it in person. I know people who've been over there. They say it's nothing to write home about. But if it's good for him, hey, I'm telling you, don't do it. I rented a house in San Carlos City, which is not Luzon, for 7,000 pesos per month. At that time, it was about $140 a month, and it was a shithole. I mean, and I'm being nice. It was literally a shithole because by the time I got there, the septic tank had a leak in it or whatever. We literally had to get out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. So you're going to get what you pay for over here. This is the message of the video. So if you want to be cheap, this is the worst place to be cheap. You be cheap over there. Okay, you be cheap over here, it's going to cost you. Angelo says, I live here on less than $2,500 per month. And so far, I can live a lifestyle that many locals cannot. Yeah. The whole point of coming to the Philippines is being able to maintain your lifestyle at home on less money. That's not being cheap. That's being smart. That's smart money. But don't be cheap. Don't deny yourself the creature comforts over here. I mean, if you're 65, 70 and you haven't saved enough money to live comfortably over here, then maybe you shouldn't be here. I don't know. He says, Al's truism says, I know everybody advises not to, but I'm awful close to selling my house and useless possessions and come over sight unseen. I'm mid-40s, but I feel it's time. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. Yeah, but I don't know who. I don't say don't do it because you're right. We know how much money we got in the bank, but you don't know how much time you got left. You hear me say it all the time, but are you really grasping the meaning of that? It could all end today or in the next 30 minutes or whatever it is. We take that time for granted, man. Don't take that time for granted. If you can sell that house and get a certain amount of dollars where you can be comfortable for X amount of years, why not do it? Because I'm getting ready to put out some videos that's going to help you make that decision. One of them is going to be, well, not my next video is going to be, we're the prize, we're the catch, we're the diamond. Damn, it feels good to be wanted. But the other one's going to be, do you want Big Shirley over there or do you want a damn piece over here? The choice is yours. Okay? A lot of people are tired of settling for less in their country when they can come out here in the world. You don't have to be in the Philippines, anywhere where you're going to be celebrated, where your money's going to go further. You can do a lot of the things that you've only dreamed of doing in your present life. We're living on a speck, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You're not seeing the world at all. The world is your little comfort zone. Okay, you're leaving. Okay, which would be the 11th in America. Hey, Curtis. Steven says, I did what you said and I looked up all costs. Some costs are expensive, jeans, milk, etc. Others are cheap. I looked up rent in bigger cities. Basically, 3,000, you can pretty much do anything you want. And I agree. I mean, you should be able to do anything you want on 2,500. That's a nice amount of money, but remember, it's hard for me. I'm never going to tell you you can. I won't tell you you can't. Only you can determine that. Come over here. The best way to find out about the Philippines, what's up, Alex, is to come here. Alex was over here. Yeah, he said, but inflation is up there at 6.5. Well, last month it was like one of the lowest it's been in a while, 3.9% over here in the Philippines. What's up, Jay Shabazz? Good to see you, man. He said, great video today. Thank you. And we're just piggybacking off of that because don't come 8,000 miles and be cheap. Don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the spending stage of our lives. Okay? If you're worried about your children, go ahead and give them the money now. Okay, so it won't be any fighting. Most of us don't have a will anyway. Okay, give it to them now. Get it over with. Okay, but we did not work all those years for nothing. And I like Angelo Habib, and I like his story. He really has a great story. I'd like for him to come on my channel. Maybe when I come to the Val, I can interview you, because this guy's in his mid 40s. He's not retired, but he does have some investments and stuff like that. Because a lot of people ask that question, you know, do I have enough money? Um, should I come? Am I too young? But it's one thing that money can't buy, and that's courage. He had the courage, to jump off the hamster wheel. I mean, he was in the family business and stuff, but it takes courage. What's up, Marlon? Welcome. He said, hello, sir. I'm enjoying those outdoor videos. Yeah, I'm going to start doing more of those since the weather's better. Okay. What's up, Blizzard? Man, look, support this guy right here. If I tell you to support somebody, I ask you, it's a decent channel. I don't just push anybody out there, okay? I'm just telling you that he's got some thought-provoking stuff. He's one of the good guys, and he's been over here. He's a young guy, too. He's still on the hamster wheel. But go to his channel, Blizzard Abroad. Hey, Stephen, thanks for that super sticker. He said you don't have enough money to retire comfortably in the States. Yeah, but you may have enough to retire over here comfortably. But it's time to splurge on yourself a little bit. What's wrong with that? I mean, imagine if you can come over here, okay, you left Big Shirley behind. Now you got that, man. Here's the thing about men who have the courage to come over here and live the great decision we make. People applauding you and say, great move. You're a genius. Okay. What we do wrong over here? Are you a fool? And this and that. They never talk about what we're doing right. Man, if a guy 60, 65, 70 can come over and get a damn piece, man, I applaud you, man. We need to be doing more applauding, guys, and less criticizing and discrediting people. That's easy to do. Okay, what do they say? It takes twice the amount of effort to frown than it does to smile. Hey, Passport X, thanks. He said, just subbed. Hey, that's two traveling expats. I'm really glad y'all back. Now, you were smart and your husband was smart, really brilliant. Because when I talk about, hey, the only way you're going to get the most out of the Philippines over here is to leave these women alone. I say, then some people go that to a whole other level. They bring their wives with them, or they bring their husbands with them with a pension. Now you got your traveling buddy. You got your conversation piece. You got your woman, somebody who knows you. You know them. Okay? They're not playing games. You're not wondering anymore. Oh, is it my money they want? I mean, you guys got the ideal situation. I'm glad y'all back. I mean, really. I mean, because you're in a league by yourself. Actually. Okay, I promise you that. They said when we first got here, we were shown one of those cheap apartments and stayed less than 3 weeks, and we're still in the house now. Absolutely. You can get that cheap stuff over here, but in the Philippines, you literally get what you pay for. This is not the place to be cheap. Okay, I'm just telling you. Don't say I didn't warn you. He's How long? I said 3 weeks. He then asked, are you coming back? Well, the problem is we don't give people enough for making the move overseas. We're always questioning their sanity. What are you doing over there? Why? Where are you running from? Instead of saying, the world's 197 million square miles, let me try something else. When I came over here for good, I was 55. But I'm not done. Who says that I'm going to stay in the Philippines? I can take my family. We can go to Thailand. We can go to different places. But it's time for a new chapter. But you can't be cheap doing that. He said, that's what I'm doing, Cal. I get a lot of pushback from my coworkers, but they're starting to wake up and see how expensive the states have become. They're asking me a lot of questions about the Philippines. Yeah, they want the recipe. That's what I said on my video. My next video is coming out in the morning, but it's the members got it right now. They want that recipe now. First they called you crazy. Oh, they're going to use you. Well, I'd rather be used over here than abused over there. Okay, I'm sorry. It's all about the decisions we make. That's what your life is, ladies and gentlemen. The decisions you make. That's all it is. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, two traveling experts. They were on my channel. I interviewed them early on. They got their 1,000, but I don't know if you got your watch time hours because you took a long time out. But go check out their channel. You're going to get a whole different perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, okay, of what life could really be like if you left the women alone over here. Okay, go to that other level. Bring your woman with you. Bring your husband with you. It's a whole different story that only they can tell. Now, I like the Philippine antics, but he's from the Philippines. These are two Americans, man. Black Americans at that. A couple? Come on, guys. It don't get no rarer than that. I can imagine the pushback you guys got. They probably looked at y'all like, what in the world are you doing? Philippines? Because nobody in my family had ever even uttered the word Philippines until I started coming over here. Never crossed their mind. He said, I like those apartments you showing us. 1,800 a month. Would that be enough to maybe rent those? 1,800, you mean US dollars a month? Man, those apartments are probably 10, 15, 20,000 pesos, which the peso is 58.73 now. You're looking at about, I would say about 300, 320 at the most for that. Call the number though, they'll tell you. What's up, Cisco? He said, I definitely got criticism when I left. My ex-wife was super pissed. My best friend a couple of weeks ago also gave me some stuff for it. Yet those people struggle and complain about their situation. Man, look, this is right out of my page. This is right out of one of the pages of my book. Don't complain unless you're going to do something about it. And that's all we want to do, sit around and complain. At least try. Okay, that's the only way you're going to know. So whenever people ask me, hey, can I do it for this amount a month, this amount of pension per month or whatever it is, I said, well, you never know till you try. You certainly aren't going to do it being part of the Armchair Bro Association because they've got all the answers over there. They're not moving 1 inch. What's up, Moments with Mitch? He said, I spent about $6,400 my first 2 months so far to dating, excluding rent. I've only spent about 8,000 pesos. What are you talking about? You spent about $6,400? Okay. I've only spent about 8,000 pesos. It all depends your standard of living. I've only cooked 3 times since I've been here. You got me confused. Are you talking about $6,400? Then you go down to 8,000. Is that what your rent is? says a lot of folks just cannot let go of the hamster wheel. It takes a different kind of attitude to lead the USA and flourish. It does. And that's what I'm sort of hinting at in my next video. Like, why do people always, when you want to move, especially to Asia, Southeast Asia, they want to talk about what you're not doing. Or you're not this and you're not that. They never give you credit for the courage it takes to do that. You got to have a big set of balls to do that. To leave the familiar. Because that's all we know is those jobs, man. Some people been on these jobs for 40 years. I came over at 55. I started working really at about 10 years old, selling candy door to door. I never stopped working until I got here. That's 45 years. That's enough. I mean, if I can't make it the rest of the way on what I've learned being over there in the Matrix, which is one of the advantages of being over there, then I might as well hang it up. Hey, thank you. No, I appreciate y'all because really y'all showed me a different way to do this for real. I mean, y'all don't know, y'all on a whole other level. Y'all got to keep putting that message out there. Y'all going to inspire a whole lot of other people. Because a lot of couples are going to Thailand, but nobody's coming here to the Philippines. The numbers are going up though. Okay, people are staying here longer. They're spending more money. Believe it or not, the top 3 places that people go to here in the Philippines, of course, Manila, but they don't really, technically it's Manila because that's the capital too. Most people fly into there, but it's Boracay, Cebu, and Palawan. Only 3 places, really. You get outside of those 3 places, you got 2,000 other islands. He said, my opinion, only 2,000 monthly is the benchmark. Anything above that is gravy. It just depends. Okay, let's take the 2 traveling expats. It's just them 2. They don't, and they got 2 pensions and all of that. Okay? That's gravy. But anybody else, Frank, it's hard to say because most of us, we come over here, we get a live-in or we get married. They may have a child or 2. Man, that's a heavy load, but people don't understand it, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm telling you from experience. Okay. He says, I have people want to come to the Philippines now that I've come over here. Absolutely. They're waiting in the shadows to see, Thomas, if you were going to succeed or fail. Now they see you over swimming. They're like, well, what's the recipe? We want it. Give us the ingredients. How much it costs to get over there? What's the cost of living? How do they like black people over there? Do they like fat people? And all that. Yeah, see, now Blizzard Abroad, they're putting pressure on you. You got to keep them there now by making that good content. He said, Armchair Bro Association. Yeah, I like that. Well, there was a guy in one of my comments called them Armchair Bros, but I just went a little bit further and called it the Armchair Bro Association because that's what it is. They're never coming over here. They've settled for Big Shirley over there. And the modern women, they're scared. They're afraid to see what's out here. I can guarantee you that what you're looking for is out here somewhere. It's not on that little speck you've been living on your whole life. Imagine I was living in Louisville, Kentucky, 334 square miles out of 197 million square miles. Is it any question why I was so miserable? I'm just going around in circles, switching girlfriends, switching wives. You get tired of that. Jobs, cars, I wanted something new, man. Yeah, they always talking. Hey, what's up, Samuel? What's up? This is my homeboy right here, Don. He said, it would be interesting to see the dollar does now that the petrodollar has expired. Well, it's sitting heavy right now, 58.73. And see, the armchair bros, the first thing they want to say when the peso, when the dollar's strong over here is all the locals are suffering now. You're you're profiting off the backs of the locals. That's not true. That's not true at all. He said, greetings from Thailand. He said, since years I spent about 50,000 baht, about 1,500 US for 100 square meter house. Wife, 2 cars, 2 bikes, chicken, 30 cats. Yeah, very single day eating outside real Thai food. Yeah. Now, is that 1,400 per month? Is that what you're saying? Because you certainly can live good without living cheap. Okay. But we're at the spending stage in our lives, number one. Okay. If you worry about your children, give them their money. Now, give it to them now. Because you probably don't have a will. You don't want to leave them fighting for that and let the probate court get half of that. Give it to them now and go on about your business. Splurge on you. You didn't work all those years for nothing. Then I got right here. You literally get what you pay for here. Yeah, that 7,000 peso a month house, it was literally a shithole. Excuse my language, but that's what it was. The septic tank, it started leaking by the time I got back here to St. Carlos City. I got back here just in the nick of time. Okay? Just in the nick of time. Hey, thanks, Marlon, for that super chat. He said, how's the water? Should I always filter it? Well, you don't want to drink the water out of the faucet here. Now, Angelo, I was told that you can do that in the valve. Have you tried that? But I wouldn't do it. Okay, but they sell good filtered water here. It's very inexpensive. We pay about 25 pesos for a 12-liter container. So I got about 7 of those. We about every other day. And of course, bottled water. Well, I don't know about this. Come on, guys. We're not going to do this today. Don't do this, man. Everybody can be deceiving. I mean, did you grow up in my neighborhood? It's some hustlers. I grew up around hustlers, man. And hell, deceiving was okay. He said, I've heard remittances have skyrocketed because of the dollar going up. It has, especially coming from Guam. Filipinos don't play. They're second behind Mexico in the money they send home. But, Mexico's way ahead of the Philippines because, a lot more of them work in the United States than Filipinos. But Philippines is second, a solid second. And yeah, I was just reading an article in the Inquirer where remittances are way up, especially coming from Guam, since that dollar strong. Yeah, 1,400 per month. Wow. But remember now, you're gonna get more value for your money in Thailand. A lot of times, depending, really across the board. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Somebody told me that right before I was going to Thailand 2 years ago, they said, Cal, what's going to shock you is your money's going to go further in Thailand than it does in the Philippines. And I'm like, yeah, right, but it's true. The value, what you're going to get for your dollar it's a whole lot better there. He said, Big Shirley is magic when the lights are out, but I'd rather be here with these dream pieces when the sun comes up. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. And I'm not picking on anybody really. Big Shirley sort of exemplifies the Western woman. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anybody's size or anything like that. You can either have her or a damn piece over here. It's up to you. He said, I can't wait Yeah, it was raining, but he says it's actually going to take a couple of months, I believe, before it go down. Because I got my water bill, and hell, it's double what it normally is. And there's no leak or anything. I guess they'll blame that on uh, El Nino too, I guess. He said, we're actually helping the economy, not hurting them. Foreigners spend like crazy over here. We do. He said, come on, folks, don't be cheap. Yeah, hit the like button. He said, happiness is a state of mind. Yeah, man, it's not that good either. In order for you to enjoy the best that the Philippines has to offer, you don't have to go broke, but you can't be cheap. I guarantee you a 5-star lifestyle in the Philippines is a whole lot less than a 5-star lifestyle in America. That's smart money right there. And okay, we was talking about some great ways to spend your money where you won't lose any sleep at night. And you certainly aren't going to go broke. I said, send your kids to private school or her kids. It's either 70 kids in one class or 20. The choice is yours. Okay. Building a house. You know, people say, oh, you can't own the land. Well, you can own the land in America, but you don't own a house or land. It's cheap over here, man, because you're renting, because the time, remember, is going to go by, whether you're renting or buying. And next thing you know, you're going to look up and you're going to be done spent the amount of money it would take for you to build a small house. Okay. And remember, even if you have to leave, you can rent that house. Okay. You got a 25-year lease with an option for another 25. Hell, I'm 61. I would be dead by that time. But building a house, man, you know, you people think I'm crazy. This is how you get the most out of the Philippine economy. You cannot build a house in America for $20,000, which my house would cost less than that now. I spent 1 million pesos, man. It's the best 1 million pesos I could ever spend. This is when you see, you know, it's like, oh, it's just expensive in the Philippines. No, it's not. Yeah, if you're going out there drinking beer and buying cigarettes and going to the nightclubs and all that stupid stuff. But when you spending smart money, it's a whole lot less, man. Okay, altogether, I figure I spent $35,000 on my compound. How in the world are you going to do that? Anywhere in the West, you can't do it. I've got 2 houses. That guest house, I can live there. You can live there. That's why I got my idea for the small houses. You're paying all these millions for these condominiums, paying this nice, all this rent for these places, when all you have to do, especially if I'm single or this is me and my woman, man, I'm building me a 25 square meter house, okay, for about, you know, my house is 56 or 58 square meters. So you cut that in half, man, you're looking at about $10,000-$15,000 and be done with it. That's smart money. Yeah, all people can be deceiving. What's going on, man? What's up, Mike? You down there in sunny Florida. You said just got back from the hamster wheel. He said, you ever worried about China flexing their muscle lately? Well, no. I'm worried about the United States military over here. China hasn't had any problems since they had problems with Vietnam back in the 70s. Now, how many conflicts has America been in since the 70s? My whole life we've been involved in stuff. When the U.S. military starts rebuilding up again over here, that's when I started worrying. Because they're going to wake a sleeping giant, man. Some bad guys over here that basically went to sleep. Okay? Now that they see them soldiers and ships and stuff coming back, they're going to wake back up, man. Mark my words. Okay? So, no, I'm not worried. To answer your question, I'm not worried about China. I'm worried about the U.S. military. They're the ones that's chomping at the bit to kick somebody's behind. It's been a long time since they been involved in something directly. Which one did they leave last? Was it Afghanistan or Iraq? They're chomping at the bit to kick somebody's behind. Okay? That's who I'm worried about. Mitch Ringo, thanks for that super chat. He said, has it been particularly rainy in San Carlos City lately? Yeah, I just monitored. No. For the last 3 days, we've gotten a lot of rain. And it's caused some flooding in the city proper. But man, did we need it. It's the rainy season now. It's coming. I mean, for 3 months, we had not a drop. But yeah, it's been really rainy here lately. But I like the rain. Puts me to sleep. He said, you mean we aren't the sleeping giant? No, I'm talking about over here, not over here. It's some bad guys over here that the Filipino government basically put to sleep. Okay, some guy, Frank Ellis, was talking about, yeah, we shouldn't have left those bases. No, we didn't leave. We were kicked out of the Philippines back in the early 90s. We didn't have a choice to stay over here. Everybody doesn't want the military over here. Remember where we come, man. It's a lot of children. I'm not blaming all this. I'm not bashing the military. I'm just giving you facts. A lot of that riffraff that's going on up in Luzon, all them children left behind and all that. Anywhere the military goes, man, I'm just telling you. Those cases. Remember, the guy just got out of prison, the Marine, for killing the lady boy up in Subic Bay or Longapo, wherever he was. He know good and well that was a lady boy. If you didn't have to kill her or kill him. I got to do the Trump test. I got to grab him by the what. Okay. I don't care how drunk you are. Okay, you made the mistake. You say, okay, I'm out of here. Because nobody's gonna know. But he killed. See, they don't want that kind of stuff. It's all kind of cases. It was a case years before that. I want to say the early 2000s. Now it's a big case where the woman went voluntarily with the soldiers. It was 3 of them. One black guy, she said he raped her, but they didn't rape the girl. But for so many years, they thought that he did. And they hate the military for stuff like that. She ended up getting a settlement, getting a U.S. Citizenship for that and all of that. Man, look this stuff up. Everybody's not happy to see the military coming back over here. China's not going to do anything, man. They have a relationship with the Philippines that goes back thousands of years. Hey, Colin B said, hello, Cal. I enjoyed the topic today. Just got back on the hamster wheel about a week now. Wow. I know you was just over here. Hey, what's up? He says, hi from West Virginia mountains. Well, that's where John was from. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I love America. But there's more to life than that. It's stressful. Mitch said something in an email he sent me. He said, man, it's just the people over here. I had lost faith in humanity until I started working in the Medicare Advantage field, where I met the greatest generation. I met our parents. And they restored my faith in humanity, because I was like, Mitch, I washed my hands, man. I was like, it's crazy over here. But then in about 2007, when I started working with older Americans and senior citizens, I met one of the greatest people on the planet every single day, and it restored my faith. But all that other stuff that's going on, man, over there now, it's too stressful, man. And, y'all think I'm playing. I'm talking about the triangle of death. The thugs, the police, and the stress. They were on my back. I don't know about anybody else. Thugs over there, man. It's crazy. They'll kill you for anything. Don't brush against one of them old cars they done fixed up. walk on, barely, touch their shoes, the Air Force Ones, or something they wearing, they'll kill you. They're killing people for nothing in my little hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. Every year, the murder rate keeps going up, 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 setting records every year. And guess what? If you don't believe me, go on Google it right now. 65% of the murders are going unsolved. Yeah. So that's why I left. It was only a matter of time. Y'all don't understand. I've already been bombarded by the police, mistaken identity. I told y'all the story when the SWAT team, it was so bad, they put my story in a book. Yeah, they so in a hurry to bust these guys, the bad guys down the street. They're getting the information from the informant, but they're in the alley. So the detective writes down the wrong address. Well, here they come with the bang, the what do you call them? The bang grenades, where they, they kick you, they knock your door down. The flash grenades, and the whole 9 yards, man. I've been through all of that, and never received an apology. We tried to sue them, qualified immunity. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna get into the politics. He says you don't have to be cheap in the Philippines, but you have to watch your expenses. Make sure you spend your money wisely, because once you go broke, the girl will leave you. Yeah, I'm giving some smart money tips too. Where do we leave off? Building a house, health insurance for you or her. Remember, money doesn't buy your health insurance in America, really nowhere. Your health does. So if you're in great shape right now, get your health insurance now, wherever you live. Okay, don't wait until you need it. It's too late. Okay, but if you're gonna send that little sweetheart money over here, you make sure she has a field health plan. See, y'all not doing that. If she gets sick on your watch, guess what? You're responsible. If she dies on your watch, guess what? You're responsible. Okay, unless you just some low down ornery dog. Because I even put down her funerals are cheap. Merlin's uncle died the other day. Nobody had any money. He got money from his pension. I gave him the rest. So what? Big deal. The man used to come here every day, just about. I grown to know him, really to love him over 5 years, because he was by himself. He was never married, never had any children. But I saw him one day like he normally looks. And then the next day he comes to the house. He's got one foot in the grave and 1 foot slipping. I couldn't believe it. And a couple of days later, he's dead. 67 years old. But nobody had any money. But it's cheap. His casket only costs $16,000. That's really what's his whole funeral. You pay for it all, even where they bury you. Okay, 16,000 pesos. So that's good money. But buy that woman a family plan, because it's very inexpensive. Okay, it went up. Okay, Maryland and the kids, Maryland and the 3 girls. We pay $500 per month for their field health policy, but we pay it for the whole year. Now, it doesn't help with doctor visits, but if they go into the hospital, it sure helps. When Bowie was born, Maryland's the only woman I dealt with over here that had it. Bowie was premature, stayed in the hospital a week. Maryland stayed in the hospital 2 or 3 days. It was $16,000. That included the doctor, because you pay the doctor separate, room and board and everything, because field health picked up their part. So get that, man. If you don't get nothing else, instead of getting her an iPhone, pay for a damn. Because we're going to spend the money anyway. Just spend it wisely, where you're not, losing any sleep at night, man. Women don't need no iPhone, man. They got Oppo phones over here. They got Viva. They got a bunch of stuff over here, man. Imagine you're going to buy her an iPhone, costs more than her house. Yeah, costs more than her house. So make that make sense. It don't. He said, yeah, that's good. You're getting rain now to feed the soil. Yeah, the man, dry is not even a word for it, brother. It was beyond dry. Yeah, the Trump test, man, but either way, he didn't have to kill uh, the man. Now, I'm sorry. It wasn't a woman. It was a man. That's why he killed her. But you didn't have to do that. He said a lot of locals want us out of Okinawa. I mean, can you blame them, though? Wherever the United States is, they're basically occupying wherever they are. I mean, it's their rules. It's their way of the highway. They play that diplomatic stuff, but man, they're there. They're not going anywhere. I don't care if um, the locals don't like them there or not. The United States is a big bully, man. He said, you ever worry about the volcanoes, man? I wasn't until recently. But there's actually 4 volcanoes on Negros Island. This one was just close to me, like 38 kilometers away. That's crazy. People, my old trainer, because I train myself now, he lives there. He was one of the families that they evacuated. Because I asked him yesterday, I said, man, there was no warning. You know what he said? This is why I like Filipinos, man. They straight to the point. He said, yeah, there's always a warning. That thing can blow at any time. And they tell you that when you want to move over there. Okay, that's the only warning you're going to get. This thing can blow at any time. Imagine that. Because there was no warning all the way up until it blew its top. Because they got that little warning signal, 1 to 5. It was at 1. But he said, no, they give you a warning when you move over there. Yeah, he said Marines got kicked out of Japan for a soldier doing something to an 80-year-old woman. They all moved to Guam. Yeah, you know the military. If you've been in the military, you know what we do when we get drunk. And sometimes, you're just a sitting duck, especially when you're in a host country and a woman cries rape. Oh, man. I mean, they put this brother through the ringer, man. Come to find out he was innocent when it all said and done. Okay, but it's too late. The damage is done. But the girl, she was lying. She wanted that U.S. Citizenship from the jump. See, his lawyers didn't let up. They kept investigating. He had a lawyer outside the military. He said, yeah, we never went. Well, it don't matter. They tell us they do. They never admit defeat, Frank. But no, I'm not worried about China, man. He said, Louisville's like boot camp. You can make it there. You can make it anywhere. I don't know, man. Well, yeah, you're right. Because believe it or not, Louisville doesn't get the credit that it deserves. I'm going to take this to mean that. Okay. Because we were some of the sharpest on the ship. Okay. People would get mad at me. I was only an E3 when I got on the ship. But hell, I had all the hookups because I had the keys to 13 storerooms. Okay. I was wearing the same stuff the Chiefs were wearing. And people used to get mad at me, man, want to turn me in. So I'm like, come on, man. You should have been born in Louisville. The coldest dice players were from Louisville on the ship. He said, Houston, too, you better not blow your horn in traffic. You may get shot. At one point, like the guy said the other day, okay, y'all saw where the black woman, by the way, stabbed and killed the 3-year-old in the Walmart parking lot and attacked the mother. The news said a random act, and then somebody in the comments said, well, how many times does this got to happen before you fools stop calling it random. Okay? Yeah, that flash bang, man. It's no joke. Okay? When the SWAT team comes, guys, they coming. They looking for trouble. And these dope dealers were so bad because, you know, we had the motion of discovery. We got to see all the information that the police had. They were from Chicago. They were rolling, man. But remember, they supposed to have been 3 houses down from me, not my house. So if you get a certain amount of points, if you got bars on your window, if you got dogs, if you got guns, it's a certain amount of points. If it's over 22 points, they call in the SWAT. Okay, the SWAT is no joke. When that big, you know, that big SWAT tank pulled up in front of my house, we didn't know, but my neighbor across the street, he said, I'm not gonna lie, he said, I thought you had been living a double life all these years. Imagine, I've been living on the street for years. I'm an insurance agent, okay? But these people, they never stop to ask twice, did they have the right house? They just took for granted they did. And they terrorized my family. It caused really the breakup of my marriage, man. My wife was never the same. I was never the same. Some of my children are still suffering from that. But they never said sorry. So yeah, it's no joke. You know, they come through with them AR-15s, and you know, you see in the movies, you see that red dot. That's real. That red dot. Because I heard all this commotion and my kids running down. My oldest daughter was 10 at the time. She said, Daddy, it's the Army. I'm like, the Army? I'm back there reading a book because we lived in a little shotgun house. I come out of the room and there they are, man. Get down, MF, or we're going to blow your head off. My daughter, who's 20, 2003. She's 21 now. She was 1 year old. You know, they zip tied her, man. They ornery over there. That's why eventually I had to leave, man. I was going to do something crazy. Hey, thanks. Yeah, he said you can always get life insurance over here as well. Yeah, we've got a lady that sells life insurance. And that's good money, you know. He says, I pay $2,200. Wow. For my health care. Just me and my 2 girls are 19. So $2,200 USD? My God. You must get that golden plan. What's up, Mike? He said, once you go broke, the girl will leave you. Not true. The wife of the expat with liver cancer is working full time, taking care of him and the kids. Yeah, he's got some money, though. They sold that nice house and they got that nice house and they sold that land. But yeah, I mean, he's not broke. He's far from broke. I mean, he was taking care of business before he got sick. But yeah, that liver, my father died of cirrhosis. But once that liver, you can't get a transplant. You know, you might as well kiss your ass goodbye. But that's the whole point about, you know how much money you got in the bank, how much time you got left. I mean, that story should wake up a lot of people, but we don't want to hear his story. It's too real. We don't want to hear that story. That's too real. I mean, if you can't learn anything from his story. Well, I don't know. You know, you got to understand, man. They probably, their relationship probably evolved over time. Initially wondering, Doc, we're not going to argue about this. It's finances involved, okay? Because of the circumstances. Don't fool yourself. Because the guys like you always have arguments with. You think these women want you for your good looks and intelligence. That's bullshit. Maybe somewhere down the line she starts loving you. Love is such a broad term. I love Curly. I'm not going to marry Curly. I love chocolate. It's bad for me. Don't get on here with that. That's foolishness. If you think these women over here are going to waste their time with you and it don't have nothing to do with money. That's a damn lie. Guess why? Because they have no money. Okay? Why in the world would somebody even want to deal with a man 8,000 miles from home? When there's plenty of men over here that have everything in common with them. They're a lot younger, a lot better looking than you. But she's 22 and she gets a 62-year-old man. Y'all need to stop that. Now, on down the line, does she love you? Yeah, like she loved her grandfather. But who cares? We're at the stage now in our life where it don't matter. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. You know, y'all guys keep fooling yourself, man. That's why y'all don't come over here. You don't accomplish anything over here. Y'all got that old effed up attitude, that old skeptical attitude that you bring from America. You won't listen. Can't nobody tell you anything. That's why you don't come over and find a woman because she wants me for my money. You damn right. What do you want? Why would you come 8,000 miles over here? Yeah, he said Louisville's boot camp. I'm going to tell you, though, don't get food over there. They just let a serial killer out of prison where the feds, he was so mean, wouldn't nobody testify against him. He killed about 10 people. I knew him. I used to sit right next to him. Sometimes when I used to go to the mosque years ago, he'd come in, he'd have that beanie cap on, you know, because I was just in there supporting my friend. He was an insurance agent, man. I look over and here he is. I mean, this guy was a real bad guy. Okay, if you wanted somebody, one of them drug dealers or somebody taken out, he was the one to do it. Well, he's out. Okay, they had to come to him with some old jacked up plea agreement because the feds couldn't find nothing on him. 10 murders. This guy was facing the death penalty. He's walking the streets in Louisville right now. Okay? I mean, he's a real killer. Everybody knows it. Yeah, coming to your house and destroying your house is two different things, Mitch. They destroyed our house. It was a good thing. Look, the very first house we built, it was December the 4th, by the way. Everybody, we're happy. It's on a Saturday night. The day previous, December the 5th, we closed on our house. We're giving it 2 weeks because we don't want to just move right in. We want to clean it up, put new carpet. You know, it was a dream come true. Christmas is coming. Everybody's excited. These cocksuckers, man, destroyed all of that in about 1 hour. Okay, never apologized. We eventually had to move. My kids couldn't go to sleep. Every time somebody knocks on the door, here they come again. Okay, it's bad. And I like to think I'm the only one that it happened to, but it didn't. It happened like 3 or 4 times in that little community that I lived in. But your skin had to look like mine. When I went to internal affairs to file the case, you know what the detective told me? This is not his own mouth. He said, Mr. Roach, if you lived in Hurstbourne Lane, where the white folks live, where the rich white folks live, he said that would have never happened to you. He said, because they'd have checked once, twice, 3 times to make sure they had the right house. What they did to us was honorary, man. I don't even like to talk about it. It brings up memories. Because I tell you what, I had to leave the United States. Because if something like that would have happened to me again, I don't know what I would have done. Yeah, he said, yeah, there's a video of her inside the store with a knife in her hand and then follows the victims outside. Everybody turned a blind eye to her brandishing a knife in plain sight. We're afraid. We don't want to get involved over there. Everybody gets their phones out and stuff like. She's going to Walmart. You're not safe in school. You're not safe at work. You certainly aren't safe on the street. I don't know what y'all doing over there. I just don't know. No, but see, people think they know me. They don't, man. We fought that case for 2 years and qualified immunity. See, people don't even know what's in the Patriot Act. They can do that to you without any repercussions, but you don't even know it because you know nothing about the Patriot Act. That we all were behind Bush and all of them when this weapons of mass destruction and all that, man, they messed up over there. But we're so dumb. We're dumbed down. We don't read. Whatever they tell us to do, we do it, man. We're a bunch of sheep. Well, I got out of line. And that's why they think I'm crazy. I'm not following the flock anymore. So when I talk about, oh, he's crazy, no, I'm awake. I'm not woke, but I'm awake. Yeah, that's what some guy said. He said to me the other day, he said, Calvin, I'm really afraid. I think it was Moments with Mitch. He said, I don't believe they're going to have an election. I mean, just the fact that they're letting this clown run, man. I mean, you know, they've done everything they can do to stop him from running, but because of privilege, he's still able to run. It's just America showing you what's wrong with it. Anybody with sense would say, oh, man, they don't want me to run. They're trying to get rid of me, so maybe I just need to get out of the way before something worse happens to me. But now he's going to fight them all the way. And I'm like, I don't like that type of government. You know, I don't like that type of government. Yeah, I love Curly too. But you know, you get those guys on here and they don't want to tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. It is what it is. It's finances first. It's up to you to move it to romance. If you can't move it, you can't move that needle, and guess what? It remains finances. But that's where it begins. And I don't care who you are. If you're Justin Bieber over here, they know you got money. They want you for your money. You know, it's all true. All of them are clowns, really. You're never going to get an argument out of me. You know, he said, don't get it twisted. The same thing can happen in the Philippines, too. Worse, actually, because you don't have the same rights you do in the United States. Well, I had none, Cisco. I had absolutely no rights. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't think you got any rights. The only way I probably would have got any money in my family if they'd have killed somebody, which they were this close. I don't own a gun because with all that going on, I thought somebody was trying to break in my house. That would have been the first thing I did was grab my gun and they'd have blew my head off for nothing. So no, don't think you only think you got rights over there. You got much less rights than you even know because we don't know. After that happened, I was thinking about just going to school, the law school, just to learn the law, not to be a lawyer. Because a lot of people in Britain do that. A lot of people in the UK do that. They want to know the law, so they'll go to school. They'll go to law school. But we don't care. We don't know nothing. But yeah, you don't have uh no rights. Yeah, it's just I don't know. We won't get into too much of that, but um, same lifestyle, less money. That's smart money right there. Okay, you can sleep good at night. I can sleep good at night no matter what happens to me. This money I spent on this house, this little compound, man, it's not going to break me. It's not going to make or break me. But I don't have any rent anymore. My daughter has a place to stay. Okay, everybody's situation is different. But I believe I would do the same thing even if I'm single because you're going to save a lot of money. And that's wealth right there. A house is wealth because it's going to generate income. The value is always going to go up. It's going to generate income. That's wealth. Yeah, you don't have any. If you don't know your rights, you don't have any. That's right. He said, people think they have rights in the USA, as George Carlin said. Google Japanese American internment in WW2 and see all about your precious rights. We only have privileges, temporary privileges. Yeah, well, hell, we don't have. You can come forward of that. Look at the civil rights movement. We had to fight for civil rights. Okay, look, civil, just to be treated civilly. That's how bad black people were being treated. But we want to forget that. But they'll remember the Japanese internment. They gave them 20,000, right? The hell they went through doesn't even compare to the hell black people went through. What my mother, my grandmother, and great grandmother went through. Yeah, you ain't got to go that far back. I'm sorry. Yeah, he said now guns being introduced. Well, good luck with that. The bad guys aren't turning in their guns. And they're going to grandfather all the other millions and millions of guns on the street. But this is the kind of stuff that keeps us occupied. I'm smart enough to know that those gun laws aren't going to change anything. Why argue about them? Because they know how dumbed down we are over there. It's going to start an argument. Man, there's millions and millions of guns on the streets in America. They can come out with all kind of laws. How many they got already? Okay, that's all I'm saying. Jim Crow and all that. You don't got to go back to the Japanese internment. You can come closer to the present. Well, I'm just saying that you have just as few rights, but I don't pay taxes over here. So I expect less treatment. I'm paying 40% of my wages over there. I'm voting. I'm supposed to be an American citizen. They still treat me like that. Over here, hell, I expect to get run over. I don't vote. I don't pay taxes. I don't do nothing. I'm just over here. I expect to get run over. Not in my own country, though. I'm just saying that you're never going to get rid of those guns. It's not the guns that kill people anyway. That's one of the first lessons I learned in the United States Navy in Great Lakes. As we're getting closer and closer to graduating from boot camp, when you start training on those, they really 22s in a 9mm shell. He puts the gun on the table and he goes around and asks people, name me a weapon that kills people. And everybody, knives, guns, blah, 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 blah. They said, no weapon. He said, people kill people. He said, if I leave this gun here, it's not going to bother anybody. Until we get rid of that entitled attitude over there, where any old entitled weirdo thinks that, okay, I'm going to go out and kill people to prove my point, it's going to keep happening. First graders don't have a choice, man. Those guys, where was that happen? I keep forgetting that. Where they, he said, hello, Calvin, is that land your house sits on Maryland? Absolutely, the house is Maryland's. Both houses is Maryland's. The lot is Maryland's. It's all Maryland's. I didn't build it for that. He's out to do a Filipino on 60%. We could set it up like this. Okay, that's Maryland's work before she stopped working. She told me we can set it up like a business. I own 60%, you own 40%. It doesn't mean I own the land, but they would need my signature if she ever wanted to sign it. But I never built that house for that. We have a daughter together who's a U.S. citizen who's going to grow up here. You know how important that is to have a house, a roof over your head over here? Y'all see some of the people I help over here and the struggles they go through. That's the best money I've ever spent in my whole life anywhere in America over here was this here. It doesn't matter, man. I don't worry about stuff like that because when you think like that, you never get anything done. They hit me with that all the time. Yeah, but you don't own the land. But you can own land in America and Britain and France and all that, but you don't own a damn thing. But you worry about me and my money over here. I'm not talking about you, Philippine Paradise. I'm just saying, does that make any sense? This is the reason why people don't get anything done. We use these excuses. Oh, you can't own the land. Yeah, but you can over there. And you still broke. I know whose money it was that built this. I did this for me. When I got my divorce over there, and no matter what I tried, the woman would not let me keep that house. I made a promise to myself. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when. I'm going to build a house where nobody will ever be able to take it from me again. And I did that. Okay. So now I can go on to something else. Okay. But I don't get all bogged down by the details and all that, man. You know. Yeah, there's nothing gonna happen, but we get off just talking about stuff instead of acting. See, action speaks louder than words. Do something. I'm not gonna come over and hang out like a lot of people do and waste my time and waste my life. I'm gonna be constructive because my time is valuable. My time, my health, my money, in that order. Okay, if I can manage my time better, what better way to manage your time than taking better care of yourself? Now you're more healthy, you're more productive, so now you got more money. Now you got more money, you got the time to do the things you want to do. It just keeps going round and round and round. Don't be stupid, guys, okay? But we take all three of those things for granted. That's why all you're doing is wasting your life away. Worrying about, oh, can I own this? Can I own that? Is she going to leave me and all that? Man, I don't worry about that stuff. I promise you I don't. I do not lose any sleep at night worrying about who loves me, who leaves me, who dies. That's a way of life. That was on my video the other day when I said, the best place, because 99% of us meet women online. They ask the stupid question, oh, what's the best place to meet a woman? Online, dummy. And then he goes on there, oh, well, if you meet online, what if you break up? Well, that's life. Or you're going to crush her. Do you think she cares about your feelings? Absolutely not. It's on to the next man or whatever it is. But we worry about that stupid stuff. Yeah, but we're not talking about that, man. We love America. But that don't mean I got to live the rest of my life over there, Cisco. It doesn't mean I got to kiss anybody's ass over there. America hasn't given me a damn thing. I earned it. I served my country. I paid taxes. I vote. I work for everything I got, man. Don't come on here with that. I'm sorry. I don't owe America shit. America owes me. Okay? They ain't giving me nothing. I'm not on welfare. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay? We can agree to disagree on that. They don't owe me shit. They ain't giving me nothing. So y'all can stop with all that. I'm sorry. That's what happens. That's what's called the First Amendment, Cisco. Okay? We can demand better from our country, from our government, from each other, okay? But it doesn't matter. So we're supposed to just sit there tied, because this guy, he's really a troll. I leave him around, okay? But I leave him around. He piggybacks off that stuff. Okay, like I had something to do with where I was born. You had nothing to do with where you was born. You had nothing to do with the family you were born into, your race, anything. Yeah, that's that's about it for you, Ty. I get him. Yeah, and I'm using it. Yeah, everything I got from the States, I earned. But you got guys on here that if you say one thing about America, see, y'all drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not. Y'all the sheep. I got out of line. Okay? I paid for the right to say what I'm saying. It's not hate speech. Okay? I'm sorry. Captain Trucker, he's got a good channel. Support this man. He said, you built the house in the Philippines for the right reasons. Yeah. I mean, if I don't do anything else, I did that. Okay, somebody's going to benefit from that decision long after I'm gone. Okay, but if you sit there and you worry about all this, oh, do I own the land? What's going to happen? Is she going to leave me? Blah, blah, blah. You know, then you're never going to get anything done. You're never going to get anything done. I promise you, you're never going to get anything done. Okay. Yeah, they won't serve the country. They have the biggest opinion, but they won't put their life on the line. No, I don't hate America, but I don't have to agree with everything they say. And even if I did, big deal. What's that mean? Okay, what's that mean? Clown? You're supposed to love it so much, but you're not doing anything to make it better. You're trying to stop people from practicing their free speech. I'm gonna say what's on my mind. You guys are cowards. Y'all scared. You worry about getting canceled and all that, man. I don't care. You can't stop me. Take my YouTube channel. I'll do something else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first trick of the government is making people think that they did not work for the pension on Social Security. They spent their life to earn. Yeah, like all my work went to nothing. Let's get back on the channel. Um, that's one of the reasons I work so hard, so I can have more options. Okay, because I could have sat down over there and took the food stamps, the AFDC, and all of that. Okay, that make you think that if you get fired from your job or illegal, I mean, unjustly fired or laid off, you're not supposed to go down there and file for unemployment. They got people who think who think that that's wrong to do that, but they take it out of your paycheck every week. Y'all fools. Okay, that's right. I believe that too. But let's get back to the subject. No one likes to be around a cheapskate. Okay, give him some cold water, honey. I want somebody in there. That's one thing about Booby. She drinks water. My children in America, man, you have to get a court order to get them to drink water. But see, I just get passionate. You don't see other people on these channels. They just talk blah, 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 blah. I'm having a conversation with y'all. This is the only time I get to talk like this. When I cut this off, it's back to, have you eat today? Did you take your bath? That's all. But yeah, free speech is gone because they're going to counsel you. Okay? They're going to counsel you. Yeah, Booby. You want to say something? Booby's been sick, everybody, but she wants to say hello to everybody. That's right. That's right, Lee. To tell them. Say it again for the people in the back. I know what you're saying, Cisco. I'm just saying that People always throw that out there to you whenever you start talking about the problems in America. No place is perfect. There's no utopia. But there's a reason I left. I can still be working there, earning six figures if I want, and all that other stuff. But because I say, hey, I demand better, now all of a sudden I hate America. Marlon Alvarez, thanks for that super chat. He said, do you ever see any electric vehicles over there? Absolutely. If you go to Boracay, mostly all their transportation, public transportation, is electric. I'm almost sure it's 100% now. You very seldom see any gas-powered tricycles in Boracay. And then a lot of these cities now with those newer jeepneys, some of them are electric. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Booby's been sick, man. We went to the doctor. They gave us some medicines. Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is the proof is in the pudding. I don't have to prove to anybody, because everybody, are you patriotic or you not? When did that start? That you have to prove how patriotic you are over there. See, that's the Kool-Aid y'all drinking. I don't have to prove to anybody how much I love America or whatever it is like that. That's crazy, man. I don't know who started that. The proof is in the pudding. Rick Hart, thanks for that super chat. He said, successful people do not waste time on unproductive efforts, explains the trolls in People's Channel. Yeah, that's right. Who would do that? These are grown men. I would hate for that to be my father. I'd be like, your father's such and such. He sits around all day, going from channel to channel, causing trouble. Or these guys who make these videos about me, black men too. They over in America, who would do that? And then show their face. That's the audacity. That's the crazy thinking, the entitlement that we got over there. Hey, road to the Philippines. What's up, Danny? He said, my list of reasons for the U.S. gets longer by the month. Always some bullshit happening. But where's the law that says I have to stay in one place my whole entire life? Like all the rest of the sheep. So when you move or decide, I'm out of here, now they're going to attack you. Oh, you don't love America. If it wasn't for America, blah, blah, blah. All that bullshit. Man, I'm practicing my options. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Okay? Yeah, we most of us watching this have paid our dues. But we don't have to sit back and explain to people. Yeah, you're right where I am, Johnny. The world is my home. Who started all this old nationalistic stuff anyway? Calling people, oh, I'm American. I'm Filipino. No, you're a human being. He said, what's up with the Public Use Vehicle Modernization Act? Are they getting rid of old jeepneys? Thanks for that super chat, Troy. Well, I don't think that'll ever happen. That's been on the agenda, man, for a long, long time over here. It's too much money in those jeepneys, and then, especially in Manila. You know how many people are in Manila? See, I'm glad you brought this up because I want to make a point that I always forget to make. Jeepney drivers, tricycle drivers, pedicab drivers, hubbles, they move the crowd over here. They have an important job in this society and yet they're looked down upon. If they all of a sudden stopped, this whole country would stop. So I don't think we realize how important a role those old jeepneys play over here. If not, man, the people couldn't get back and forth to work. They can't afford to jump on the bus, a lot of them, like we do. I rent a van, I rent a car, or anything like that. That's why I give tricycle drivers, I give them the utmost respect. I've never not rode a tricycle in my 15 years here on, and did not give them a tip. And I would suggest that to you too. Okay, because they move the crowd over here. Without them, no one gets back and forth to work. No one goes to the grocery store. No one does anything. They can literally stop this country in its tracks. But so that's one of the reasons why they're not going to get rid of that. As a matter of fact, St. Carlos City doesn't have jeepneys. They only have one jeepney that comes down from the mountains every day, and then he'll park there. He stays there for however many hours every day, and then the people do their shopping, they get in there and they go back. That's it. He says, good to escape the same thing for years of your life. If you read the book, and I would suggest y'all read it for those who do read, there's a book called Wake Up and Live by Dorothea Brand, and that's what she said. We need to break out of these old routines and wake up, okay? Because we're doing the same things over and over and over your whole life. And then when you see somebody else doing something, okay, you lose your damn mind. But she's saying if you live in the city, go to the country. If you live in the country, go to the city. Ride the bus to work sometimes instead of driving all the time. Take a different route home than you do. You take the same way home every single day. That's a boring ass life. So then when you see somebody who's woke up and they're living, you don't understand it. I don't expect people to understand me on my channel because most of you people are in prison. I'm free. I'm a free man. It's like a free man talking to prisoners. You're not gonna ever understand what I'm saying. You're never gonna get me because you're still locked up in that prison over there. But instead of you sitting back trying to take some suggestions, we can learn from each other. We do the only thing we know to do is argue over there. That's all. He said, now wait 1 GD minute. Do you think my ancestors were happy? They built this country. You think the last breaths of the slaves were drawn in happiness, knowing their descendants would be here? Absolutely not. You know, but that's the story you're going to get hit over the head with when people drink the Kool-Aid. Instead of saying, you know, I stand on their shoulders, though, okay? I'm not going to let their sacrifices go in vain. That's the way I think. It's the same thing with my mother, man. When my mother died, I was a pitiful drunk. One of the main reasons I got sober is because of my mother. You know, you got to do it for yourself, but I didn't want all that sacrifice she made to be in vain. I wanted to eventually be the man that she raised me to be, and I am today. But yeah, you're right. I don't think people really enjoyed that. You know, but there is no utopia. That's all. But the minute you say, oh, well, I don't like that over there, you're not patriotic. Oh, if it wasn't for America. No, if it wasn't for me. Over here, okay? The people on welfare and all that, they're not over here. The ones who they're doing everything for, they're afraid to leave because they know they're going to lose those benefits. They even got on people for accepting a stimulus check. You people need to grow up over there, wake up or something, because y'all too woke over there. Those are that's your money that they're taking out of your taxes, dummy, over there. I'm not afraid to give me my stimulus check. You know, destroy my business. I can't go to work. Okay, the most vulnerable people are the elderly, of which I work with. But then they're going to get on me for accepting stimulus help. Y'all crazy. This is the kind of stuff I left in America. It's too much ignorance back there. People don't know what they're talking about. You know, I was in a rage every damn day. I didn't even have to leave my house to be in a rage. People are so narrow-minded, they can't see past their nose. He said, you're only vlogger that I watch for 2 hours because you tell it like it is, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I'm just having a conversation. I'm a conversationalist. That's all. You know, I'm not going to go line by line, reading down. I want y'all to know I'm a real person with feelings, okay, with opinions and perspectives and all that. I'm not just over here wasting my time. I give y'all real good information you can use when you get off the plane. You know, whether you want to follow it or not, most of us don't follow it. Hey, thank you, and welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community, 2 traveling expats. But yeah, you know, he said, I took those stimulus checks and wanted another one. Yeah, but it's just like, okay, when you turn on the news and you see the drug dealers going to jail, they've been convicted, right? So you think, oh, the drug war's working. We're locking up all the bad guys, but they never show you the people who were falsely accused, okay, who were innocent, who were found innocent by court and let go because they want you to see one view. It's the same with all that other stuff. So they show you people who are cheating on the stimulus and they think everybody's cheating on the stimulus. No, they're not going to show you the millions of people who are actually doing what they're supposed to do with that stimulus money. But some of you guys aren't even worth having a conversation with. You don't read. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it, but we have to prove our patriotism now. And you know what level? I'm more patriotic than you. Look at me. You know, I piss red, white, and blue. You know, my piss is red, white, and blue. People are just afraid to think for themselves, but no one likes to be around a cheapskate. Okay? Penny pinching and, you know, won't leave a tip, waiting to see who's gonna pay for the bill and all that. No, don't want to go anywhere because it costs money, you know, and all of that, man. Don't come around me if you like that. Fortunately, I've been around some guys who aren't cheapskates because I would not be around you. Okay. I was trying to get John out of that. By example, he was coming out of that. Man, John was a millionaire, but you would not know it. You would not know it. You know, frugal, maybe. Okay. If I'm being nice to him. No, he was cheap. He had all that money, man. Most of the shirts he had, I gave him because the people would send me the shirts. They were too little for me. I gave them to John. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm talking about a mindset. Is all I'm saying. That's why I get a lot of pushback. And a lot of what I say goes over people's heads because they're in prison. You can't relate to, imagine me going talking to guys in prison, telling them about the women I'm dealing with over here, the nice beaches I'm able to visit and all of that. You know, just the privileged life that I live over here. Do you think they could relate to that? No. Will it inspire some of them to do better and want what I've got? Yeah, but they're not gonna be able to relate because when the bell rings, they gotta go back and get locked back up again. It's the same thing, man. Somebody broke it down to me. He said prisons, schools, and factories all designed the same. With all these old bells and whistles and stuff tell you, oh, it was time to start, when to take a break, when you get off and can rest. And they even look the same. Go back and check it out, man. That's the, America that we love so much. That feeds you sugar from the time you know what sugar is. Knowing it's killing you. Okay, you think that that's such a great place to live? Yeah, because I don't have to, this is what happens. Yeah, the greatest generation. That's who I was just talking about earlier. They restored my faith in humanity. Because everybody, my generation, the baby boomers on, man, we fools, man. We haven't accomplished anything. Everything we've got comes off the coattails of the greatest generation. Everything. What did we do? Invent the internet or something? That's about that's the only thing we can hang our hat on. Well, I'd rather be broke than poor. See, a broke man will get up at 4 o'clock to make it to an 8 a.m. job because he thinks today's going to be the day his shift comes in. A poor man's not going to get out of bed. He's giving up. Yeah, so if I went home to America right today, yeah, with my salary that I make, I would be considered broke. But guess what? I'm going to stand up again. I'm going to rise up. Okay, because I've already proven I can do it. I did it for 20 years. Well, I literally worked on my own. If I didn't get out there and do it, nobody was going to do it. Nobody gave me a paycheck. I know I can do it. Okay. He said, Calvin, if John had all his money tied up into his investments, because if you spend your capital, then you're lowering your monthly income. But John, man, really was smart, man. He was very smart when it comes to investments. He had several. He had mutual funds. Then him and his brothers had invested in some oil fields that was paying at the time of John's death. It was going up and down. It went down to as low as $900 a month. But at the time of John's death, those oil fields was paying him $7,000 per month. That's on top of the over $1 million he had in mutual funds. Man, John was set. But he wouldn't even buy living room furniture. See, y'all think I just be on here yapping. I be trying to help people, man. You don't know how much time you got left. I don't have enough time to convince you guys. I got 2 hours every other day to do it, but I don't have all day to argue back and forth with y'all. Some people just don't get it. But coming over here and being cheap is one of the worst things you can possibly do. Why work 40 years at the post office, then you come over and you want nickel and dime everything? Okay, you want to fly Spirit Airlines and all that stuff instead of, just going on in Qatar and all those places, okay? He said that's why most people won't work for themselves. Either discipline yourself or someone else will. Yeah, see, when they think, oh, I'm doing something, well, that's discipline. If you don't punch that clock and you don't do it on time, you're going to lose your job. Self-discipline is doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it because you know you're supposed to do it. Okay? Because it's the right thing to do. Most of us have very little self-discipline. That's why we're the sheep. The people with self-discipline, they're way ahead of us. Okay? They push themselves to get up there. We only do stuff when we have to do it. Now, we like to have these kind of discussions, man, because when this phone guts off, man, it gets real quiet. You ought to know that, Thomas. This is good, lively conversation that we need over here, that you're missing from home. Because when you get and it goes quiet, except for two traveling expats, see, they got there. They were smarter than the rest of us. They got real conversation. Now it goes, did you eat yet? Are you going to the gym today? I'm just saying, it's nothing that's going to move the needle. Hey, thanks, MK. I'm just a 61-year-old man that shares my experience, strength, and hope with people. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. That's all. If you're 61 and you ain't got a damn thing to say, man, then shut up. You should have something to teach the world. If you're 61 and you've grown up the way I've grown up. He said, I remember seeing a video where back in the day, America had an ad saying bacon was part of a nutritious breakfast and all of that. What about all these Diet Cokes and all that stuff that they push out there telling you it's good for you? It's not. Public schools look like prisons. Factories look like prisons with all the same principles attached. The bells and the whistles, the guards, the superintendent. It's all the same, man. But if you in there, you can't see the forest for the trees. The principal is the superintendent, or the warden, I mean, in the schools. The plant manager is the warden at the factory, guys. It's the same. It's designed the same way. All the mobiles and stuff. Same thing. Rewards, punishments. Same thing, guys. But we're too busy arguing to even see it. But when somebody steps out of line, they'll kill you over there. When you start trying to educate the masses, everybody that's ever tried to educate the masses, they got rid of them. Okay, they killed them. If you really got some real information over there that you passing on to the masses, they're going to get rid of you. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Danny, thank you. That's why people are afraid to speak up and tell what's really on their mind. So we go at each other. You know who the problem is. It's not me, but you're not afraid of me. You know who the damn problem is. It's all like prisons. They all have the same thing in common. Yeah, it's the same game, man. You come in there. Then in the prisons they got the guys, the honor guys, right? Then in the schools they got the same thing. Then in the factory they got the same thing. Every department had, you got your snitches, you got all of that. Then the bell rings, just go home. And you go home. And after a while, man, this stuff is in your head subconsciously. You start hearing bells in your damn sleep. Hey, I'm back with my data. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. No, it's not over. But yeah, you've been at the factory for 40 years and they still ringing that damn bell. What's the point of all that? It's to train you. Okay? Y'all crazy. But that's all I'm saying. People will get rid of you over there if you start really teaching people. That's why they don't like my channel, man, really. They come after me like they've never come after anybody. Y'all think they coming after regular guy, man. They ain't coming after regular guy. Not like they came after me, because he hasn't even been in front of the people yet. And he stopped. Like, dude, what you stopped for? Hey, Blizzard Abroad, thanks for that super sticker. It's like, what you stopped for? Did you do something wrong? I mean, what are you doing? You're giving these people too much power. If we just had a little backbone, man, if we stuck together more, it really disappoints me, man. We're too busy trying to discredit people over here to learn anything. Like he said, whoop-de-doo, yeah, the clock and the gold watch. Like you done something, man. I've been here for 40 years. I'm hearing them bells in my sleep. You train, man. Like a damn lab rat. Then when somebody comes along and tries to turn the light on, you get mad at him for turning the damn light on. Imagine you get on here and tell me that I can't say anything about America, that America's responsible for who I am. No, I'm responsible for who I am. There's a bunch of losers over there who had the same opportunities I had. Okay? Yeah, time to make the donut. He said, great live, Cal, and the peeps in the chat. Time for me to pop smoke. Got to get on that hamster wheel in the morning. Time to make the donuts. Yeah. He said, I think you're a valuable ad. You have wisdom. I'm thankful for it. Thanks, Cal. Man, thank you, man. I learned from y'all. I'm just a reflection of everybody in the chat. That's really all it is. I just talk about real life stuff. I don't keep talking about the same stuff over and over and over. I'm meeting a woman in the province. You're never going to go to the province unless she takes you there. They act like the province was just going to get off the plane and go to the province. Yeah, he said, if you're not drinking the Kool-Aid and are speaking the truth, they would try to shut you down. They will. It's not really what I'm saying. It's who's saying it. They don't want to get the information from me. They don't want the information coming from me. They'd rather see it coming from somebody else, or hearing it from somebody else, but not me. That's what makes them mad. Imagine I did that interview with Eric the other day. He's just telling people, man, this taxi driver got ignorant and aggressive, and I had to put him in his place. And don't you know they blamed Eric? Why would some guys have stopped supporting me? They claimed, why would I bring him on there to brag about him fighting a Filipino local? It's just they hate to see certain people win. He won the fight. What, y'all want to see him lose? He said they hated me for cutting on the light, and all they got left, and they all got left behind. Now, a friend of mine told me, he said, Cal, when you say the things you say, man, people are going to get offended. He said, it's like they're in the dark eating a bowl of spaghetti. You cut on the light and they realize it's not spaghetti, it's worms. They're going to get mad at you for cutting on the light. and he's telling the truth, but I'm not gonna let people to shut me up. I'm gonna speak my truth, and everybody needs to do that. It's liberating. You can't walk around with that shit in your head, man. You go crazy. Why you think we dying of strokes and heart attacks at an all-time high over there? It's not just our bad diet. It's living that same old boring life over and over and over. Yeah, he was eating worms, but he get mad at you. But they don't want to see that, they're not going to see that, man. Because most people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear the sugary stuff. I don't feel good doing all sugary stuff. I give people credit, but damn, how many relationship videos can we do? I made a mistake, and I want to apologize when I said the Filipina is the most dissected woman in the world. No, the foreign man who comes over to Southeast Asia, we're dissected more than her. I mean, they really come out. He said, I come to YouTube because I stay shadow banned on Facebook. And that's what they basically do to me. I know my number should be big, but they shadow ban me. I know they have, but I don't care. I'm just glad to be on that other side where I can earn a living doing this. Y'all don't understand. That's big for me. Some people get on here and they'll make you think that you're less than because you depend on your YouTube income. You see the type of thinking that's out there in the world, that you're better than me. Dude, I'm not going to argue with you. I don't care that such and such has more views and earning more money. I'm just thankful to be on that side with them. Okay? Where I can travel around the world really on the money I earn on YouTube. It's not a whole lot, but hell, it's enough where I can live in Southeast Asia and live pretty comfortable. So I'm not going to argue. Yeah, the truth's not the same for everybody. Hey, Mike Dawsonville, thanks for that super chat. He said, no one can do it like you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. I'm from the old school, and I'm from the South. That has a lot to do with it. And I grew up in a household where my mother didn't sugarcoat nothing. I remember I bought home Mr. Basketball, Manual Force, in the state of Kentucky, 1981. We grew up ever since the first grade. Well, he's a celebrity at that time, getting ready to go to the University of Louisville. I bring him over to the house. Well, somebody recognized him right when he's walking in the house. Well, he's got the screen door open, waiting to him. My mother said, shut that damn screen door. I don't give a damn who you are. You letting the flies in. That's the type of mother I grew up with. She didn't give a damn who you was. She didn't sugarcoat it. Yeah, I mean, it's so few people who have the privilege of earning anything on YouTube. So then they get hypothetical. Oh, well, you wouldn't be on there if you couldn't earn money on YouTube. Shut up, man. You can't say that. If he said, wouldn't be so many channels if YouTube wasn't paying them. Well, that's a big if you're saying, dude. And you're worrying about the little money I earn. Meanwhile, Mr. Beast is bringing home 56 million every year on YouTube. I don't see anybody effing with him. I know who I get my hate from. The people who want to walk in my shoes, who wish they could do what I'm doing. Okay, instead of saying, hey, Cal, can you help me? How'd you get up there? What are you doing? Okay, can you help me? No, they're angry with me because they won't do what I'm doing. That's where your hate comes from. I mean, you got black men making videos about me, standing in the kitchen some damn where. Their whole content is about me. I'm like, why would you do that, man? I've never mentioned your name. I've never talked down on you. I've never done anything to you. but your whole content is about me. I mean, come on, man. There's stuff going on in the world, man. That's disappointing to me. Okay? Because I thought I had escaped that, but I haven't. Philippine Paradise says, I wish I could have seen you when I was there, but you was having the guest house painted on the inside. Yeah, we got rid of those names. I took y'all's advice. Y'all said it looked tacky. I'm gonna have to get something else to acknowledge my visitors. We just, when somebody doesn't like you, that's their problem. Okay, they've got a problem, not you, because life goes by too fast. I've got too much on my own plate to be worrying about what you eating over there. I really don't care about what people do, man. That's why I don't make those videos. I don't care, man, really what other people do. I've got over 2,000 videos. I've never made a video about another vlogger. Do I mention people on my live streams and stuff? Yeah, but I've never made a video about another person, man. I make my own organic content. I don't see any purpose of that. Moses Smith says, I would certainly trade places with you. I think you've accomplished a lot and have a nice life to show for it. Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody, no two lives are the same. But for men and women who've been able to jump off their hamster wheel and leave that rat race behind, you got to tip your hat to them, man. And a point where they can enjoy it. I mean, you got to give them credit. That's credit where credit's due. And I'm doing a little bit of that on this next video I'm uploading. My members can watch it now. But I'm doing a little bit of that right now. Instead of telling people what they are, they aren't, why can't you give us some credit? If I was a business and I did the same thing, okay, I come to the Philippines because guess what? Labor's cheaper, the cost of doing business is lower, and the profits are higher, you'd call me a genius. But because I do it for myself, I'm a fool. Oh, how could you leave the greatest country in the world? The same way those corporations are doing it every damn day. Dummy, wake up a little bit. He said, Cal and the Sunshine Shoulders community sure helped us grow our channel. I say it loud and proud. Thank you. Because I see that you have something special. But I understood when you backed off because people are ignorant on here. They don't have anything better to do than to bother you. You're sitting there minding your own business, really trying to show them something different. And everybody, you know, isn't like me. I'm going to fight. I come from a family. I'm the 8th of 9 children. You know, you just ain't going to put something out there about me and I'm going to sit back and let it simmer. No, okay. You want to send me in front of immigration? Well, here I am. NBI, here I am. Prove it. Okay. I'm going to fight for mine. He said those names did look tacky. Well, you know, I was trying to acknowledge my visitors, Frank. You know, remember it's the first time, who else has a guest house? And if they do have a guest house for their subscribers, because they're copying off me. Okay, name me 5 other vloggers that you can go knock on their door right today. I'm talking about who are on my level or above me, that you can knock on their door and stay all night and eat a good meal and everything else and get some good conversation. Name me 5 more. You can't even name 1 more. Go over to these other vloggers that y'all support. First of all, you don't know where they live. They're hiding from you. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, number 2, you better not come anywhere near them. And number 3, they ain't giving you shit. Okay, so let's just be honest about it. Okay, sorry, yeah, there's not another one. That's how little they think of you. Okay, they take you for granted, but I don't. Granted. I knew a long time ago, man, that it's all about y'all. It's not about me. You make the channel, not me. I'm talking the same stuff I was talking when I had 200 subscribers. Okay. That's why I can't get a lot of these vloggers, man. I don't knock them, but don't come to me talking that crazy stuff. You don't do live streams. You don't do meet and greets. You don't do anything. You don't give back. I'm over here in the Philippines living the best life I've ever known. Better than the best life I've ever known. And people around me is struggling and I'm not supposed to help. Bullshit. I'm going to do it. I don't care what you say. Because when you start helping people, okay, now you're scamming. You're keeping the money. See, nothing you can do. That's why you can't worry about them. They're invisible. I told Merlin had to stop watching the comments and reading them. I mean, it hurt her so bad. I said, Merlin, don't let these invisible people bother you. You'll never meet them. They don't pay your bills. They do nothing for you. That's their whole intent, is to try to, hurt you. He said, 8,000 miles from home. I live in the Philippines. Most local Filipino guys are not 6 foot tall and really fit. What you are saying is true for old, out of shape expats. Well, I'm just telling you that we can agree to disagree, Wandering Doc. Okay? I never said this, by the way. I'm telling you that Filipino women are interested in you. I don't care who you are. If you're a foreigner, initially it's all about the finances, the opportunities that you can provide. Okay? I'm sorry. It doesn't, they're not going for you. By the way, I don't know what you look like because you're hiding behind some bullshit profile. Either show your face or shut up. Come on my channel and talk. Tell us about your life in the Philippines. Help us. Don't stay hidden behind these profiles since you got so much information. Okay, there's men over here who are very nice looking. They're younger than you. They have everything in common with the woman, and she prefers her own type. Just like white women prefer white men, black women, Indians, they're no different than anywhere else, sir. I'm sorry. Okay? And if you're so special, what would make you come 8,000 miles from home to date a woman, Mr. Special Guy? Okay? Let's just be honest. Okay? That's right. This is exactly right. We're all racist to a certain extent. We just naturally gravitate toward people we have most in common with. It's usually the people who we live in close proximity to. Same with crime and all that stuff. But these guys get on here and they're the exception, which only proves the rule to be correct. You're not meeting women on the street here. Which women would you know to even meet over here? But you get guys like that. Yeah, I mean, none of these guys show their face. They got so much, because they're afraid. They know that the people are going to come after them. Let them come after me. They've already did it. Okay? Hey, what's up, QW? See, I met him. Look at his profile. That's him, by the way. He's not hiding. He said, you're definitely one of a kind, and there will never be another vlogger who has the guts to do what you do and how you do it. I don't think I'm doing anything special, but y'all know better than me. I'm just being myself. I didn't say every Filipino has the money. I'm talking about the ones we deal with. Okay, the ones that are online, they're online for a reason. Okay, I never paint the whole brush. I'm talking about the dreamers, sir. The ones that we meet online. Okay, they're on there for a reason. Okay, our daughters aren't going to be online. You know why? Because they're not going to be in that situation. If I have anything to do with it. Hey, JT Corn Rings, I enjoy your content. That's all I'm saying. He's talking about the older expats. Who else is over here? What was the girl's name that came on here? Sex Travel Vlogs. I asked her directly. I said, ma'am, why do you young women like the older guys? Guess what she said? Because they can retire over here. They don't have to go back and forth. We don't like long distance relationships. She was about as honest as any woman has ever been on this channel, any Filipino woman on this channel that's ever been on my channel. She told the 100% facts. She left out the money though, but she would have said that if I'd have asked her. I mean, you act like it's young guys just over here. There's digital nomads over here. Okay? But Filipinos are real skeptical of them. They're skeptical of us. But they're really skeptical of the young guys because we all got the reputation of being chicks boys. See, if you lived over here, you know the messed up reputation we got. It's terrible. And we earned it. Hey, thank you, JT Corn Rings. I enjoy your content. I appreciate it, man, because it wasn't a given that when I start talking on here that people are going to like my content. Ask all the thousand millions of YouTubers who don't earn a penny. It's a privilege to me. I don't take it for granted. You know, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not doing anything different. Yeah, you know, if you're a YouTuber over here, even if you're not a YouTuber, if you're just somebody that's got half a heart, you can't help everybody, but that shouldn't stop you from trying to make some kind of difference. Remember, your guest over here, people don't bother you. They roll out the red carpet. Okay, maybe after a while you're over here and you see a family that the guy and the woman, the man and the woman, they earnestly are trying to, you know, put the pieces together, make ends meet. What's wrong with buying a bag of rice or something? What's the big deal about that? But no, everybody's, oh, you got to learn to say no over here. Well, you can't say no to the electric bill. Okay, y'all act like, he said guest house. He said, wow, you're the first. That guest house is 2 years old this month. Okay? And people discourage you, man, don't do it. I said, look, every soul attracts its own. I don't attract trash like that. There was one weirdo over here, but he really didn't do anything wrong. He really was. He just said, I'm tired, he said. I got to take his word for it because he didn't do anything. He didn't come back and make a negative video or anything like that. He just stayed in there his whole entire time, basically. Merlin was worried. I said, Merlin, you don't have to worry about that. Okay? They're never going to come around. Those type of people are never come around me. They cannot deal with the positive energy. Okay? Even though bugs are attracted to light. He said, you're talking about Ricky L. in Louisville. He's out. Yeah, he's out. I mean, yeah, he's out. They had to give him a 10-year sentence, and he agreed to it. And he was already and he only did like 6 years of that. He had already did like 17 years, but he's the type of guy, man, he is not telling. And he's, people are so afraid of him that they're not going to come forward. Even the family of his victims, So, he's really a bad guy. He's a real bad guy. But, I used to play basketball with him before I knew. It's just when he was at the height of what he was doing, but I man my own business. I didn't know. I'm just down in the projects. I'm living with my soon-to-be wife. That's where all the bad guys were at that time, 32nd and Young, and Carter Holmes. And I'd go over to the gym, and we'd play basketball, and he'd be there. He was always built. He was in the game, had nice jewelry, nice cars. Everybody did. But I had no idea, he was all that. But I used to see him every day. He said, my Filipino wife does not look like me, thank God. The thing I like most about my wife is she is not a dude. No, she is Filipino and she's a real woman. Yeah, well, that's has a lot to do with the video I'm gonna make about you can have Big Shirley over there, our damn piece over here. I don't know about anybody else. I don't like all that confrontation and stuff. I don't get that over here. I don't like all that confrontation. He said, "How do I join your channel?" Just click on there. He's got handsome men because that's definitely why their Thai girlfriend's with them. Yeah, I mean, like really, this is 2024, and you got men still pushing back against that. I don't know why. Why should you even care anyway? If you're getting what you want, if you're happy, you're never gonna know why somebody's with you anyway. You just take for granted, oh, they're with me for my money or whatever it is, but you really don't know. So just be happy. Why are you gonna let something outside of you be in control of your happiness anyway? You got to control that. It don't matter what she does or how she moves. It's not going to control my happiness. Can she add to my happiness? Absolutely. But that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not every woman. We know the ones, I'm talking about the ones on the dating site, the ones who deal with foreigners. Go on to Philippine Statistic Authority. It's going to show you something that I've been saying all along. 97% of Filipinos in the Philippines marry Filipino men. And about 3% of Filipinos marry foreigners. Majority of them are Filipino women. Very few, a tiny, tiny percent of foreign women marry Filipino men, but it's growing. And number one is Canada. Number two is the United States. And number three, I want to say is Britain. Okay. No, Australia. Sorry. They're coming over here, but they get the benefit of the doubt. You never hear about that. It's maybe one or two channels, but we don't watch them. So we don't really know their story. How did y'all meet? Did y'all meet on a dating site? Because we don't care. We give them the benefit of doubt. Even I did. Whenever I should see a white woman over here, because black women are traveling over here dating Filipino men. Unless they're from Africa or somewhere like that, they go to school and they get to know the people. Okay, but it's usually white women doing that. So you see them, you're thinking they're either environmentalists, which a lot of them over here, they're on some type of religious mission. You give them the benefit of the doubt. But no, they're over here sniffing around some Filipino man's underwear. Same with gays. Okay. He said, work through it, says, I'd rather be used over here rather than abused over in the States. That was a golden statement, Cal. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. And that's the honest to God truth. Now, how did you see that? That's on my new video. Are you a member? Maybe I didn't. I hope I uploaded that in the members. Maybe I didn't. I think I screwed that up because I had to. Well, I don't know. Where'd you see that? Yeah, he said it's all one word. No spaces, thanks. He said, tell it like it is game recognized game. Yeah, just yeah. Of course, okay. Well, speak your truth, brother. But don't come over here knocking up against our truth. You're 37 years old, man. You can't relate to me. I'm 61. You probably do think they want you for your good looks and intelligence, even though they don't. I mean, for some reason, they're not from outer space. Yeah, why did it have to be Asia, he said. He said, if you retire, you're not using one of the dozen of golden visas or passports available. Oh, okay. He said, new viewers entering the chat or ninja watching, please like the video and subscribe. Thank you. And welcome. Yeah, they look at them as chicks boys. And, you know, she's telling the truth, really, especially when you first come over here, okay, because you're not used to it, having access. We're not talking about the reasons why the women want you. The fact is, you're going to have access to all those young women like that you're not used to at home. So it's going to be like a kid in the candy store, and you're going to partake of the different fruits. You're going to do it. I don't care who you are. You're going to do it. And that's usually why the first one doesn't work out, because she sees you got them roving eyes, and they don't like that. Okay? They see that. I never said that because I hear you. I didn't either. But you're coming on here, you're pushing back against everything we say. It's like, dude, we're 60s. We don't care what people think while we're here. We don't care that we fit the stereotype. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We don't care, man. We don't care what you think. Like I said, I don't know you. I never see you probably. But I'm just letting you know that we don't care. We're happy. Okay? We're already established anyway. Most of us want somebody we can trust. Really. I mean, my life is not uh, situated on whether or not some woman wants me or not. No, he's one of these young hotshot guys that they know it all. He's only 37. I done forgot more than he knows. Yeah. Yes, I think she still has her channel, but we don't watch it because, maybe she's giving too much truth or something. I don't know. We know that she's got a husband. We don't watch channels where they got husbands and boyfriends, and we know it. That's the Armchair Bro Association. That's their number one rule. Stop supporting Filipino channels where the woman has a husband or boyfriend, because we can't fantasize deep enough anymore. Yeah, being in demand is new to Western men. He says it'll take some time before you adjust to all the play you get. See, you're honest though. How many people really gonna admit that? But it's good to be in demand, isn't it? Isn't it good, to be the prize, the catch, the diamond? See, everybody tries to use that. That's me. That's from me, because it's the truth. One guy, a black guy, got mad at me because I said that. He said, no, the women are. It's okay if you think the women are. Okay. Well, just, put the men on this side and everything we do, and put her on this side and everything she does. Before you even meet the woman, you got to buy that membership on the dating site, because theirs is free. We finance it all, guys. We're the catch. Okay. So few of us make it over here, first of all. But then after you get you pay for the subscription and you meet the woman, now you got to buy the expensive airline ticket. Meanwhile, she's at home just living her normal life. Then you got to make the 20-hour flight over here. Meanwhile, she's just at home, okay, eating dried fish, shrimp paste, and blue. Okay, then you get over here, you got to pay for the Airbnb or the hotel. Meanwhile, she's just chilling over here. You've done all of that before you even see her face. Then you meet her at the airport. Okay. Then you pay for everything. Okay. The resort fees, the restaurant, everything. But she's the prize. Remind me again, how many men are going to make that trip over here to see her? Okay, they get mad at me because that's literally the truth. Okay, because do 10,000 other women would gladly take our place and do because of the circumstances. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just telling you the circumstances. The reason you're here. People get mad at me. Oh, if it wasn't for poverty, they would. Why do y'all keep saying if? And I don't deal in hypothetical situations. Why are you living? That's a whole other universe when you put that if in there. The fact of the matter is, it is what it is. Okay, so they get mad because they say, oh, if she wasn't this, and if they wasn't that, if it wasn't poverty, and it wasn't that, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll say, oh, well, you broke in your country. Yeah, well, I'm not in my country anymore. I'm over here where I'm not broke. The Philippine Statistical Association says I'm rich over here. Isn't that a whole lot better? Why can't you give me credit for making that jump from being broke to being rich? You keep on wanting to live in my used to be world, what I used to be. I used to live over there. I used to be broke, classified as broke over there. Okay, I used to be neglected by the women over there. Okay, get out of that used to be universe, man. Come into the present. That's where I live at. Okay, and all that. They're jealous, you know. They see a 65-year-old man, he's got a 25-year-old woman. Now he's a pedophile. Oh, he's weird. Because you're not doing it. That's all it is, guys. Don't let that stuff bother you. They know good and well they wish they had that 25-year-old woman with the perfect skin, the perfect smile, not a scratch on her, okay? Ready to be molded, ready to give you those magic words. You can do whatever you want to do to me. They haven't heard those words before. But when you get over here, you're liable to hear that. And they know it, so they're mad. The Armchair Bro Association. So they're going to come after you. They're going to attack you. But you just don't know it. But you are. Get back on that dating site. Okay? Okay, you're going to see how in demand you are. Okay? And you follow the real directions on how to meet a woman on that dating site. You're going to see how much in demand you are. But yeah, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. All the super chats, all the super stickers, all the memberships, all the support of Sunshine Shows. I never take that for granted, guys. Without y'all, I'm nothing. I'm just babbling in the universe like I was before y'all came around. That's why the guest house is there. That's why I have the meet and greets. That's why I do everything I do. It's my way of trying to pay y'all back. I never be able to do that. Y'all helped me live a life I never even dreamed of. I never even knew existed. It's really better than the best life I've ever had. I'm not joking, man. It's the truth. Okay? But I got to get off of here because they're fixing lunch and everything like that. But it feels good to be in demand. It feels good to be wanted. It feels good to be desired. No matter. I'm feeling it. It doesn't matter what the motive is. They got me feeling that way. I'm inspired. Okay? They've helped raise my low self-esteem that I had for years over there, thinking I was nothing. You know, see the difference that change brings, just a change in environment makes? Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid. Blizzard Abroad, 2 Traveling Expats, Captain Trucker. Let's start supporting these good channels, man, that you're going to learn something from. Okay? Take care.